Greetings, Caribbean people. I was recently in the supermarket and another customer tried to convince me to buy these free-range eggs because he said they were better than the lower-priced eggs. The thing is, I raise chickens in my backyard. I have caged chickens that I feed with store-bought feed and collect eggs they lay. Free-range chickens also lay eggs in my yard, and I collect them from places like this. When you compare the eggs from the caged chickens, the free-range chickens, and the store-bought eggs, there may be some variation in the color or consistency of the yolks. But do these differences actually make one egg better than the other? In this episode, we will take a close look at the two main reasons people believe free-range eggs are better and determine whether they are supported by science and facts.
People often say free-range eggs are healthier because they believe they are more nutritious than eggs from caged hens. But do they actually contain more nutrients? Let's look at what the science actually shows. First, the major nutrients in caged and free-range eggs are not significantly different. Studies indicate that protein, vitamins A and E, minerals, total fat, and even cholesterol are basically the same. However, research does show that free-range hens can produce eggs with slightly elevated levels of the healthy fat linoleic acid. There is also evidence that hens exposed to sunlight lay eggs with more vitamin D. However, one study demonstrated that there is no guarantee that free-range eggs sold in stores provide this added benefit. And there is evidence that eggs from caged hens are likely to have vitamin D because of supplementation in the feed. Which brings us to the real question. Are the small differences in nutrient content in free-range eggs worth paying 2 or 3 times the price? Ironically, the higher price of free-range eggs can reinforce the belief that they must be nutritionally superior. Many people naturally assume that a higher price signals a better product, even though, nutritionally, the differences are often small. People often think free-range eggs are safer because those hens aren't fed hormones. But here's the truth. Hormones have never been used in the egg industry. Back in the 1940s and early 1950s, researchers experimented with a synthetic estrogen called diethylstilbestrol, or DS, but only in broiler chickens that were raised for meat. It was never used in laying hens because it actually reduced egg production, so it made no economic sense. By 1959, the FDA banned DS in all poultry feed, and by the early 1960s, all hormonal growth promoters were prohibited in U.S. poultry. So the idea that free-range eggs are safer because they're hormone-free is a myth. All eggs are hormone-free by law. The myths about free-range and caged eggs are just one example of how stories can replace real facts about nutrition and value. If you want more episodes where we break down health myths with clear, evidence-based science, subscribe and stay with this channel.